Imagine thinking you had one of the best nights of your marriage, and then waking up the next morning to find out it was all built on a lie that had been going on for years. Yeah, that's the situation in this one. And the worst part is that he's not even sure if he should leave or stay. So I came across this story about a guy, early 30s, married, pretty quiet life, not a huge social circle. His wife, though, she's a bit more outgoing, and she is this best friend who's always around. Like, always around. And from his perspective, everything seemed fine. Normal marriage, normal routines, nothing really raising alarm bells. Until his wife suggests something a little unexpected, a little spicy. She brings up the idea of a threesome. Now, to be fair, he hesitates. He's not super experienced and not exactly the type to go experimenting wildly. But after talking it through with both his wife and her friend, he convinces himself that their relationship is strong enough to handle it, so why not have some fun? Like, we're solid, we can handle anything kind of mindset. And that belief is going to do a lot of heavy lifting here. So no one backed out, and the night actually happens. And here's the thing, it doesn't go badly. In fact, it goes really well. They go out for dinner first, a proper effort, dressed up, almost like a date. There's this kind of intentional vibe to the whole thing. Then they go home and everything unfolds pretty naturally. He makes a point of focusing mostly on his wife, and she seemed focused on him as well, and the friend sort of balances things out between them. So nothing feels forced, nothing feels uncomfortable, and at some point he actually relaxes into it. He even mentions feeling kind of silly for being worried beforehand, like he'd overthought the whole thing. They all end up falling asleep together, no tension, no awkwardness, and for a moment it feels like everything is fine. Until the next morning, because that's when his wife decides it's time to tell the truth. And it's not a small truth either. She tells him that her and her best friend have actually been having an affair. Not recently, not a one-time thing, for years. And suddenly, that whole special night takes on a completely different meaning. Because for him, it was something new. For them, it wasn't new at all. It was just finally bringing him into something that had already been happening behind his back. And the way she frames it, it's almost casual. Like this was her way of easing him into the idea of a 3-person relationship, a throuple. But he doesn't take it well, which, yeah, I'd feel quite manipulated in that situation as well. And he completely loses it at both of them. And honestly, it's not even just the cheating, it's the setup. The fact that they let him walk into that situation thinking it was mutual, new, exciting, when really, he was the only one that was out of the loop. His wife starts apologizing, saying she'll end things with her friend if he wants. The friend apologizes too, saying she never meant to cause problems. But by that point, it's already done. So he leaves, checks into a hotel, and gets some space. And that's where things get complicated, because after a bit of time passes, he starts thinking. And this is where it would get complicated for anyone, because despite everything, he still loves his wife, like deeply. And he doesn't hate the friend either. In fact, he actually likes her. They get along, she's fun, she's attractive, and he even admits that if he'd met her under different circumstances, he probably would have dated her. So now he's stuck in this really uncomfortable middle ground. On one hand, he feels completely betrayed, and not just by one person, by both of them. On the other hand, he's wondering if maybe this could work, if maybe he's overreacting, if maybe this is just unconventional, but not necessarily wrong. And here's the thing, this is just me talking. There's a massive difference between exploring something together and being brought into it after the fact. Trust isn't just about what happened, it's about how it happened. And in this case, the foundation is shaky at best. Because if someone can hide something like that for years and then present it as a surprise inclusion, you're not starting from honesty, you're starting from damage control. Also, the fact that he's now questioning whether there could be more he doesn't know, it kind of tells you everything. Once trust cracks like that, it doesn't just neatly repair itself. So, I don't know, is he crazy for even considering staying and trying to make this work? Or is this one of those situations where no matter how good parts of it feel, the way it started kind of ruins everything? What would you do? Thanks for listening to this episode of Quiet Betrayals. If that one felt a little too real, there's more of these, so stick around.